Hi, I'm Chris from Silverlight Designs, and this is the easel that I have designed and sell on Etsy. It's a fantastic little easel. Mine is very dirty from having been used for 3 years, obviously lots of stickers. Tripod's still in great condition after 3 years of use and abuse, but it's just a fantastic little tripod. And also just a great easel. First thing, this is old and dirty, so yours will be nice and new and clean if you buy one. There's a ledge on the new ones right here that mine doesn't have, so if you see pictures of mine and me using it, I'll always have paper clipped to it with various clamps, but you would get one with a ledge so you'd be able to just sit your sketchbook or your paper or whatever right on there. I wanted to go over a couple of the features of the easel that are not so easy to see on Etsy. One of them is that you can take your water bottle, put it right back there on that back corner. It's out of the way and keeps everything nicely balanced, so you don't have to worry about finding another place to keep your water bottle or having extra stuff hanging around. It doesn't take up any of your usable workspace there. I like that. I have one on all the time, coffee cups, water bottles, everything. The second thing is this backpack hook. You can see my backpack. I have it, and it's just hanging by the top off the notch on the back. That's what those notches are for. And then I hang it over there, and it weighs it down. This tripod has 3 pieces. I don't know if you can see them in the video, but if you have the tripod in front of you, you can see it right here. So you can push this down and make sure that your tripod is still level and steady and everything's where it should be. So those are nice features about the tray that don't really show up on the Etsy ad and everything. The add-ons. Why might you want one? Well, they add extra usefulness. We have cup holders, which look like this, and they clip onto the tray like this. This is an old prototype tray. I'm just using it to show you how they clip on. You just clip it on the side. Easy peasy binder clip. Couldn't be easier. They are a little bit open, so you can put different size cups in there and they'll stay without falling through. They fit a solo cup perfectly. They fit the very, very popular, I think it's called a clip and go watercolor cup. It collapses. A lot of watercolor artists often ask me if it'll fit in there, and it does perfectly. It will also fit the collapsible cups that comes along with the easel. And it'll fit lots and lots of other cups. If you have, as I have, a 10-year-old Cinnamon Toast Crunch thing from your kids having camp breakfast many years ago, it'll even fit that. So it's a nice, useful little thing to have so you can attach other things off the side of your tray, whether it's a second water so you can have clean water, or you just like to have pens and pencils and brushes and things like that off the side as well. Additionally, the same cup holder, I have another one on this side. I have a fold-over style pencil pouch. In it I have my microns, my time bows, my pencils, my gel pen, my travel brushes, everything that I need. It all zips up nicely, and then when I want to use it, I just put it in here, fold over these sides, and I'm good to go. Takes a lot of my setup time down even further because it's very, very quick. Additionally, if you have one of these bad boys, which you could pick up at like Walmart or Target or wherever, this comes off, slides right in, and you zip up and you're on your way with even less time to worry about setup and all of that. So if you have one of these and you use it, it doesn't look the fanciest, but it gets the job done, and it's really useful with one of these. The next thing is the brush rings. There are 9 holes on the back of the tray. I measured many, many brushes and tried the best I could to make 9 holes that would fit a lot of different brushes. But if you ever really paid attention to brushes, and who would, because you probably don't think about this kind of thing the way I do, there are actually a lot of differences. And when you're talking about like a 0.5 millimeter being the difference between it's sitting nicely and a brush just falling straight through to the ground, that little tiny difference makes a big difference in these holes. That's why they never really fit when you get things with holes. So I've included the brush rings as an option. They are just little O-rings, little rubber bands. They're little black rubber bands. You can put them on your brushes so that they stay nicely in the holes. So these 2 brushes are about the same size. They would fit in the same hole on here, but if I want to use both of them at the same time and keep them handy, I put a brush ring on one of them, and then I can put it in the bigger hole and it won't fall through. It'll sit exactly where I want it to. We have this. It's a nice brush. It's a 1-stroke, I think. Yeah, 1-stroke, Winsor Newton. It tapers out and then in and then out again. So if I were to put it in the brush hole, it would just fall all the way through to there, and that's all I can do about it. But grab a brush ring, throw it on there, and now it sits where I can pick it up without having to grab the actual top of the brush itself. Another one, this is a great brush. It's a Aqua Elite from Princeton, but it has no taper at all. It's the exact same width all the way up and down except for this little piece at the bottom. So whichever brush hole I put it in, it's just gonna fall right through all the way up here to the ferrule. So I put a brush ring on it, put it in, and then it stays exactly where I want it to. So all of my brushes are handy. This is useful for like watercolor. If you're using a lot of different brushes, different size brushes, that becomes really useful.
The last thing is the brush holder. It looks like this. It is wood. It has a rubber band. It's actually like a hair tie rubber band. So it's nice and strong. It's going to stay in there. It kind of matches. You're going to put that on. Take your binder clip. Take one of these pieces. I don't know what they're called, but those pieces. Put it in. And then squeeze it and go like that. And you'll have your binder clip on there. Just clip that to the side of the tray. And there you go. This works nicely if you have maybe the same brush. If you're doing oils, you have the same brush with different color temperatures and you don't want them to touch, but you need to keep them handy. You can just put them in here. I have a nice big brush here that goes in just fine. And then I have a couple of little tiny brushes. You can see they also stay in there. That hair tie does a great job of putting them in place. There are 7 holders here. Oops. There are 7 holders here. Stay in there. There you go. So you can have 7 different brushes. So it gives you lots of options. For brushes, you can also just use a cup and a cup holders and put your brushes in here, obviously. So lots of different options for however you work because everybody works differently. So I've tried to just give as many options as I can so that you as the artist can focus on enjoying your time and getting the painting done rather than how do I make this work or how do I make that work. This part should all be easy. It's the fun about there is where your focus should be. So hope that helps. Have a great day.